We are less than a week away from the NFL draft, man. The countdown has officially started. Next Thursday, we're going to be doing a live stream during the NFL draft, so make sure you tune in. But yesterday, we had Joe Schoen on a presser answering some draft questions, answering some questions on the Giants overall as a team at the moment, some pending guys that we expect to be back, guys like Daniel Jones. Darius Slayton emerged as a topic, especially with him missing out on some voluntary trainings. But Joe Schoen, I got to applaud him. I have to applaud him because at this point, we're less than a week away, and we still don't really know what the Giants are going to do, mainly because of their position. You know, they are at number 6. A lot can transpire in front of them, but they're not leaning one way or the another. Like, they're not showing you guys that they're leaning one direction or the other. Quarterback could be in play at 6, but for him, Daniel Jones expects to be the starter by week 1. He expects Daniel Jones to be healthy. He expects him to be the starter this upcoming year. That's what he's feeding into us. Do I believe it? I do not one bit. But I could be wrong. That's the definition of smoke screens right there. If we don't know what's going on, maybe some guys internally do a little bit, but he's not showing his cards like we have in years past. It was obvious with Dave Gettleman on terms of what he was leaning towards, what he was looking towards. And truly, at the top of this draft, there's elite playmakers, but there's also elite positions that are available. Quarterback is going to be one of them. And as much as he's saying that he expects Daniel Jones to be the starter, he's already spoken about how quarterback is deep in this class, deeper than we've seen in other classes. You already seen that they had a lot of visits with other quarterbacks, guys like Rattler, guys like Bo Nix, guys like Penix, outside of those top 3 guys in May, Caleb, and also Daniels. So who can we really expect at 6? And what can we really take from Joe Schoen when he's feeding the media, pretty much telling them like, Daniel Jones is our starter. Daniel Jones is our starter. A lot of people are upset about that. A lot of people that don't want Daniel Jones to play this upcoming season are a little upset, and they're like, Joe Schoen's going to get himself fired. I don't agree, and I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Joe Schoen is sticking with Daniel Jones and banking on him to be his quarterback. And we can have the argument, maybe you shouldn't have paid him last year. It is what it is at this point. All I know is I do expect them to draft a quarterback, whether it's in the first round or the second round, and most likely I can see it getting done. You've seen him say things before. Wink is going to be our defensive coordinator. He's going to come back. They fully expect Wink to come back. Look what happened with Wink. They fully expect Kadarius Toney. They're not trading him. They're not shopping Kadarius Toney. They like what he has. He gets traded. We've seen Joe Schoen talk about these things before, but we can't take him at face value. We can't. And the honest truth is we shouldn't. We shouldn't want him to fully be open about what we're going to do, and I don't expect them to be that way. Now, Daniel Jones playing this upcoming season, that's a whole topic in itself. But overall, Joe Schoen, the way he's maneuvering, I got to shout out to my man Joe. Because right now, all of the fan base doesn't know what's happening. And I just want it to be answered already. Thursday, we will begin that answer once again. I will be live streaming on Thursday. Another topic that got brought up was Darius Slayton. Listen, Darius Slayton is going to try to get in his money. You know, he had a career high in receiving yards. I talked about it in my last video. But Joe Schoen was pretty much saying that they full on expect Darius Slayton to be back playing this upcoming season. At the moment, you know, once again, I did speak on the Giants possibly getting a wide receiver at number 6. I still expect them to, and who knows what Darius Slayton will be. Can he be traded on draft day? Maybe, maybe not. Right now, I don't think there's any leverage for the Giants in terms of moving on from Slayton, possibly getting a good return for Slayton because, you know, we draft a wide receiver, Darius Slayton wants to get paid. You're probably going to get a 4th round, 5th rounder thrown at you. And I think you can get a little bit more out of Darius Slayton, in my opinion. With how vital he's been for the Giants and what he can produce for other teams, Darius Slayton should be traded for a high 4th, maybe a 3rd rounder. Who knows? So I can see the Giants holding on to him, but Joe Schoen once again said, I fully expect Darius Slayton to be back with us this year. And that's the reason why he signed that contract. You know, it was team friendly for the Giants. The Giants definitely benefited off of it. He balled out on that small contract when you compare to what he could receive from other teams. Darius Slayton, best of luck. Best of luck whether you get that contract, but I fully expect him to be playing this upcoming year, and whatever happens after this year, maybe he's traded mid-season. You can see something like that going on. Because once again, I fully expect for it to be Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze. That's my pick, but there's talks about the Giants possibly trading up. There's talks about the Giants possibly trading back. He did notate he was kind of surprised with how much teams behind him are willing to trade up. Now, is that putting pressure on certain teams to offer him a little more to trade up to number 6? That could be it as well. Once again, you don't know what direction Joe Schoen is heading in. Trading back is definitely a scenario I am thinking about a bit, and possibly you can see the Giants fill in a lot of more holes that they do have. trading back and getting more assets, getting 2 first rounders this upcoming year. You know, maybe you can see a cornerback taken in the first, and then you see a wide receiver taken with a second first round pick. I've seen a lot of talks about that as well. Right now, once again, I'm not too sure where the Giants are leaning, but I'm just glad that Joe Schoen has us leaning in that direction, or we don't know where to lean. So shout out to my man Joe Schoen. Y'all let me know how you feel about what Joe Schoen said down below in the comments, man. He did talk about a couple other things, but let me know what's your favorite thing from the presser. Let me know what's your take for this upcoming draft on this upcoming Thursday. Man, I'm hyped for it. I'm waiting for it. Make sure you look out for some more content before we got the NFL draft coming up. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.